This is Deb Lehigh coming to you from her studio, the Stampin' Hut. As usual, I'm a couple minutes early. I have 3 really neat techniques to do tonight to show you with this background stamp. Couple minutes for everybody to catch up with me. Just getting some things that I need for tonight. For you guys to catch up with me, when you hop on, just say hi, like and share for me. And if you don't subscribe to my YouTube or Facebook, on YouTube there's a little bell. If you click on that at the bottom of the video, you'll know when I'm on. You'll get a message. And on Facebook, if you follow me and like my page, yeah, welcome. Good to see ya. Welcome. Um, about a half a minute or so before we get started. I like to start right at 8 o'clock. That way, I give people a chance to catch up with us. So, and just so happens it's 8 o'clock. So we're going to get started. I'm going to flip you down. Just a reminder, our kits are on sale to the end of the month while supplies last. Up to 30% off. We have like 31 kits. I'm not sure. I didn't go on to see what was out or what's not, or available. So just to let you know. Mini catalog starts for you guys. Yes, you did, Leanne. It starts for the customers at, hello Linda, welcome. September 6th. I can't show you what's inside, but this stamp set is one that is in the book. So I am going to be using this one. And if you're not working with the current demonstrator and would like a copy of our annual catalog and the mini catalog, just let me know. I'd be glad to send one to you. Like I said, I am going to be using the Fragrant Forest background stamp tonight, showing you 3 different techniques using this stamp set. I'm also going to be using our soft pastels, our watercolor pencils, the new ones that just came out, and I'm not using that set. And I'm using Grateful from Cottage Wreaths. Okay, so we're going to get started. On the first card here, I'm going to bring it here, will be this one. And we are be using daubers on here, and I'm going to show you how I did that. And the daubers you can find on page 137 of the annual catalog. You get 5 daubers for $5.50. And I am using clear embossing powder, and that is on page 136, and it comes with, it's 3 in a pack. It's basics, black, clear, and white, and they're $18 for the 3. Okay, so get our papers here. I am using Cajun Craze, 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to score that at 4 1/4. I got stuff holding on to my stand so it don't tilt. I almost knocked it over. Okay. You will need a piece of basic white. Let me get the right size here. Two pieces of basic white at 5 1/4 by 4. One will go in the inside, so I'm going to put that in a while. And I'm using our liquid glue. Just going to center that. Okay. And the other one I am going to put on the front, and I can put that down now, because we are going to be working on the top piece that goes on top here, and I don't have that folded right. Let me fix that. Okay, much better. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. Okay, I'm going to bring in our stamp set, and I am going to leave this in my case. Okay, I am bringing in Pecan Pie, Old Olive, Cajun Craze, and crushed curry. And I am going to be using the crushed curry first, and then I'm going to bring in our daubers. Okay, green crushed pecan. Okay, and what I'm doing is tapping my dauber. Oh, I thought that's where you were because Stacy's moving this weekend. And all you're going to do is tap it on your ink to get it on the top of your ink, and just make sure you got it on. And you're just going to stamp randomly on your stamp. Okay, I'm going to set this over here, and then I am going to take the green, and I'm going to do the same thing. I am just tapping, and make sure you cover the whole stamp. You don't want to leave any uninked spots. And if you're heavy someplace, just rub it around so it's not, the dot. Okay, I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to do Cajun Craze. And we're going to stamp over. Just trying to make sure it's well inked. And then we're going to do Pecan Pie. This makes a good fall card, I think. Has all your... Hi, Tina, welcome. Has all your fall colors in. Just making sure it's inked up. Looks pretty good from my end. Just double checking. I think we're good. And then you're going to take your top piece, which is 3 3/4 by 5. I'm going to have to move this stuff out of the way because I'm going to show you a trick. You're going to lay this on top, okay? And then take your grid paper and bring it over and lay it on and rub. Linda said hi, Tina. Okay. We're going to pick it up. And there you have your, now see, I could have gotten more around here. So, I'm going to put this aside for a minute. I'm going to bring in my brown dauber, and I am just going to go down the sides here so the white don't show through. Okay. Then you're going to bring your card base in, and we're going to glue that on the front. Okay. I got a little heavy on that corner. Okay. And then I am going to get Grateful out of here. And I am using our double oval punch, and get a piece of white here. Okay, we're going to punch and lay the oval side, the scalloped one. We need Cajun Craze. I need a block. And lay Grateful down, catty cornered on my block. Tap it and stamp. Okay. Then we need some dimensionals. That is going to go there. And then I am using these adhesive backed solid gems. And this is actually copper clay, which really goes good with the card. And I'm going to put 1, 2, and 3. And that is card number 1. And like I said, no two cards are going to be the same by doing it this way. It depends on where you put your inks when you daub it, okay? This one has more green. This has more of the brown, I think, in it. So, all right, card number 1. Card number 2, I already did this, but I'm going to show you how I did it. It's not made because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. Okay, this is Night of Navy. And and it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, you need a piece of basic white, which is 3 1/4 by 5. You need two 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, let me close up these ink pads before I get my cards in it. And I'm going to put them away a while since I have it right here. Okay. And then I'm going to show you what I did, and then I'm going to show you how I did it. I did this. And I don't know if you can see, but it's shiny. That's because I clear embossed it on the top. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I did that. First, before I show you though, I'm going to put our sheets down here so I don't lose them. One 5 1/4 by 4 goes in the front. On the inside. That one's a 3 1/4 by 5. Okay, I'm going to lay that up there. I'm going to get our chalks out. These pastel chalks come in 8 different colors. Okay, and I am using the blue, which is supposed to be Night of Navy. Now, on this paper, it sure don't look like Night of Navy. I was looking for my block. I need my chalk. I mean my and I need to clean this. Getting ahead of myself. I need to clean this first. And I'm just using my chamois. It's well used. Okay. Now I'm bringing in the Versamark. And I am just stamping it all over the stamp. Thank you, Gloria. I'm just making sure I have enough ink on there for the Versamark. Okay. We are going to take our 3 3/4 by 5 and we're going to lay that on there. Okay. Now, get this stuff out of the way. Like I said, you're going to bring your paper over and you're going to rub. And make sure you get that image on your cardstock. Being that it's Versamark, it's going to stick a little more on your paper than on your regular ink. Now you can't, I can see, but you can't see it. Oh, there. See, there's the image. Okay, so, oh, I'll move my block. I need my block. I need my chalk. And you're going to use the spatula end of your take your pick tool. And you're just going to scrape some blue, the chalk, on your block here. Now you don't need this big of a block, but that's the one I used today. That's why it's not in the way. And you're going to need a good bit, so I'll just keep throwing some on here. Okay. Gonna take your dauber. Thank you for sharing, Tina. Tap that in there. And you're just gonna start tapping the card. See, you can start seeing the trees. And then you're going to go on, keep on going till you get them all. Takes a little longer than when you use a stamp. And then we're going to do the top part. Need some more chalk. So let me pull some off. This chalk lasts forever, just so you know. I don't know how this one got broken, but okay. Have it. Let me get some there. When I did mine trees didn't look as well as these did, but what I did, let me get this out of the way. I took my, and I went like this, and I went like this to shake off the excess, but I also took my hand over it. I need some right here. I just took my hand and rubbed over it, okay? I think it brought out more of the tree itself, okay? Let me see if I can get this a little darker here. Okay, now, put that up there. Gonna bring my Versamark. Oops, and I am gonna just tap this all over it. And it really doesn't get on your Versamark, so we're good. Gonna bring in clear embossing powder. A lot. I been a demonstrator for 19 years, and you're just gonna. I don't always emboss, and I don't know why, because it's so neat. The results and everything. Tap it. Okay. Let me put the lid on before I have it all over the place. Okay. Now comes the magic. I'll lay that here. Let me get my other tool. It'll be a little noisy. I'm gonna just lay my tweezers, and I'm just gonna go. I'm not going to go in circles. It's much easier if you just hold it in one place. And you're not going to be able to see it. Let me see if I can. Can you see it turning darker? I actually wasn't going to do this whole process, but why not? You don't get to see the process if I don't show you. I was just going to tell you what I did instead of doing it, but this way you get to see how it turns out and how to do it for when you want to do it. Almost done. Gotta get the top row. You don't want to overheat it. It will burn if you hold it on too long. But you just want to make sure you get it all. And I think we're good. Okay. Yep. Okay. Put this out of the way. And there you have our card. And it's shiny. Now I'm not going to touch it. It's a little sticky till it dries. But down here it is. Yeah, it's all dry. Don't take long. But there's that card. Good winter one, I think. So, with that being said, we're going to lay that on here. Okay? About the same. So I'm gonna pop this up. So I'm gonna do the dimensionals. The next card I show you, I think, is my favorite out of the three. So we're gonna lay that on here. Okay. And I have some new bling that's in the catalog, the new catalog. And we're gonna, these are adhesive back glitter sequins. Yeah. So let me cut this end off. And we're gonna get the shiny one. Two different sizes. And we're gonna get this one. Oh, wait. How about this one? Why not do both? Yeah. I'll put something on there. I don't know what I want to say yet. But I will put one on. And we're going to do one more. Alright, they say never put an even number. You need to do odd. So there's 7 on there. Okay. So I'm going to put a greeting here, maybe 'tis the season or something like that. And then I have an extra one here. So that is card number 2. Okay. Now card number 3 is my favorite. Uses, oh, let me show you. It's this one here. And it's has the Versamark on there. Okay. Now, I'm using Shaded Spruce. 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Two pieces. That is 5 1/4 by 4. One will go inside. Okay, whoops, that moved on me. One thing about liquid glue, gives you time to wiggle it to make it even. And we can put the other one on the outside. Okay, gonna set that up there. Gonna bring this one in. First we need to bring in the stamp set, and we need to clean it because it has the Versamark on. Thank you, Gloria. Now, on here, I did 3 different colors: Old Olive, Garden Green, and Shaded Spruce. So I'll tell you what, I am going to do that. But first, I am going to lay this on a block because of the way the ink pad. I'm going to do the 3 different colors. I was just going to do one, but I'm going to do the 3 different colors so you can see what it looks like with the 3 different colors. Okay. I need Old Olive and Garden Green. And what I did was, I just kind of started tapping on the bottom leaves for the Old Olive, or the trees. Okay. Then I took the Garden Green. Thank you, Linda. And we're gonna do the same thing. Now you will get some on these leaves, but that's trees. I keep calling them leaves, but that's okay. Okay. Then you're going to take your Shaded Spruce for the top one. Okay. With me so far? Need to get this out of the way. Then I'm going to lay this and bring up this, and I'm holding it and rubbing it with one hand so it doesn't move. Okay. And we're going to pick it up, and there you have. That turned out better than the one I did with the 3 different colors. Okay, let me lay that there. Now, gonna bring in, let me put this piece of chalk away so I don't lose it. We're gonna bring in the, gotta close up these ink pads. You wouldn't believe how many times I had my hands in them because I left them open. I'm working with an 8-foot table, and you would think I only had a 2-foot table, the way I have the mess. Okay. This is the new set of watercolor crayons, and we are going to be using Delightful, Daffodil Delight, and Pecan Pie. And what you're going to do, oh, and you're going to bring your blender pen in. What you're going to do is just go I'm just coloring where the white is. And I'm actually getting down in between the trees where I didn't on this one here, where you can see some white around the trees, but that's okay. Because I'm not getting real close, because I'll tell you why. The blender pen will pick up some of your green because our ink pads are water based, so the blender pen is wet, so it's going to pick up the green and blend it right in with the yellow and the brown. But I'm just going over the white. Okay, and then there's little dots here. That's where the pecan pie comes in. And I'm just going over them no particular way. Almost done. Then you're going to take your blender pen and you're just going to blend those colors. I'm trying not to get the green as much. Picking it up. First got the stamp set, I did use my markers or Stamp and Write markers on the stamp set and did it that way. And then that way you did see the three different colors really well. I don't know what I did with that piece. Okay, now need our Versamark. What I do with it? Oh, it's right here. And we're gonna just do the same thing. Pretty well inked. And you're gonna bring in your embossing powder. Close this up. And here we go. That Arlene, hi, I'm glad you made it. Okay. I'll have to try that. So we're just gonna ink this up or heat this up and melt that embossing powder. Okay, I think we're good. And there you have it. You just don't believe how bright and how much difference it looks after you put that embossing powder on. It just boggles your mind. Okay, so this is gonna go here. Okay, and that just gets glued down. I have some in the corners, and that's going to go on the front. What I want to put on here, but that is card number 3, and that's the 3 different techniques that I use with this stamp set. Ink pads right on, and embossed on top. Use chalk on this one with your embossing, and then this was your daubers on there. So if you're interested in a class that features this tree set, let me know, and I will come up with one and let you know. So that's all I have today. I will be back Tuesday at 8, and I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I have sparkling snowflakes, and I have the graceful deer. That is another background stamp. And as you can see, I trimmed some of my rubber away, but not the centers. They come right out. But this is the deer set, and oh, I wanted to show you this. Okay, let me back up here. While I was playing, I thought, well, how about if we did these in white embossing? So I took Mossy Meadow and I did our white embossing powder. Okay, I don't care for it like that. I don't know if it's because it's on the green or what, but I'm gonna take, wait till I find it. Where's my green? Oh my gosh, Deb. I lost it. Well, I was gonna do, well, let me get another one. I don't know where it's at. I'm looking for my other dauber. I don't know where it went. Okay, we're gonna get another one. We're gonna try something here. I've got green here. And I am going to use Old Olive. Yeah. And I'm just gonna a little bit to maybe bring out the definition of the tree. The white just didn't do it. Dauber when I'm done. I don't know. And then I thought, well, why not? I did Mossy Meadow, and I did our green, Granny Apple green chalk on this one, and it sure didn't do it. You can kind of see the trees, but not in person, let me tell you. You just see blotches. You don't know they're trees. So I'm not sure what I want to do on Tuesday, but come and see me Tuesday at 8 o'clock here and on Facebook. And like I said, if you're not currently a demonstrator or working with a demonstrator and like to have a copy of the catalogs, let me know and I will send you one. Thank you, Leanne. Thank everybody for coming and have a great weekend. And I will see you Tuesday, 8 o'clock.